What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today, man, it's been a while since I said that, but in today's video, I'm going to be recapping the first month of UFC on Paramount Plus, how it's been. Was this a good... The main thing in this video, was it good for UFC to go to Paramount Plus, okay? My last video was exactly a month ago. For UFC 324 recap, Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett. I haven't posted in a minute. I'm going to try to get back into that rhythm. You know, it's lock-in season for school. We have 5 feet of snow outside in Massachusetts. This is the first ever blizzard since 2022. I'm freezing my fucking ass off. But either way, yeah, it's a good day to record a video. So let's get into it. UFC 324, first ever event on Paramount Plus, you know what I'm saying? Announced during the Super Bowl, which I like that. I like that shit. I know a lot of people had no clue that this was announced. They had to find out 3 hours later because, you know, a lot of people don't watch the Super Bowl that watches the UFC. But I was just watching, saw Dana White pop up, saw Robin Mackenzie there, and I was like, yeah. And then I just saw Justin Gaethje vs. Paddy Pimblett. I loved it. Either way, let's talk about the event. Gaethje vs. Paddy was a fucking banger, man. I mean, it's one of those fights that, you know, you'll rewatch maybe 1 or 2 times, but it's not like an all-timer. Like, people, when they think of the first ever Paramount Plus event, they'll be like, yeah, UFC 324, pretty good card, pretty solid. Obviously, it didn't have the star power that necessarily we needed. If I'm being so honest with you, we had an interim title fight main eventing the first ever Paramount Plus card, and only 1 title fight, and yeah, it was still good. It was a really good card. Don't get me wrong. Gaethje vs. Paddy, fucking banger. I was at the edge of my seat every single round. And yeah, Gaethje won. And then Sean versus Song. Respectfully, this was boring. Pretty boring fight. Sean got the win. People who said this was a robbery are just rage baiting you. They're just fucking rage baiting the viewers because Sean clearly won 29-28. Then we got, Waldo. Again, you can't tell me. You can't straight up look into my eyes and say this is a good fight. This fight was featured fight material. This was featured fight for a fight night, but first ever Paramount card, first ever ESPN card. I can't remember. I think it was a fight night. I think it was TJ Dillashaw versus Henry Cejudo. Yo, ESPN fight nights first year had title fights on them, gang. They had a double champ fight on a fight night. And by the way, the fight nights we're getting nowadays, let's go back. Not even the Paramount era. Let's not even do the Paramount era. Bonfim versus Randy Brown. That's main event material. Steve Garcia versus David Onama. Half the viewers didn't even know who David Onama is. Alright, that's all I'm saying. Okay? Anyways, I get women, push the women. They're trying to push the agenda, women's rights or whatever. Let's be honest. Keep it $150. Keep it a fucking $150. If this was 2013, Umar would have been on the main card. If this was 2013, Umar would have been on the main card. Gene Silva versus Arnold, really good fight. Again, these prelims, they weren't horrible, but again, no one is going out of their way to watch these prelims. No one's going out of their way to see Alex Perez knock out my boy Charles Johnson. No one's going out of their way to see Atiba Gautier decision against this no-namer who this was his debut fight, I'm guessing. But yeah, people said Atiba Gautier got fraud checked. They didn't get fraud checked. He just shows that he doesn't have to knock people out in the first round to still be dominant. You know what I'm saying? Overall, first Paramount Plus card, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Oh my god, Paramount lags so much. I think next pay-per-view I need to record because, oh my god, it lags so much. It's not even funny. It lags so goddamn. I'm just replaying the moments in my head. How many times I have to restart this stream for Sean O'Malley's Song Yadong. It was buffering so bad. They had to keep going in and out of the app on my TV. And then, I was at the verge of literally not watching the show. I'm being so serious. I was at the verge of not watching the show or just watching on my phone. I was at the verge. Oh my god, they're yelling a lot upstairs. Anyways, UFC 325. Very boring, okay? I don't care what anybody says. This main event was fucking ass, okay? I don't care. I know people are saying this is like a really good main event. This is dominant Volk. I don't care. This main event is just like so eh. It's just so eh. Like the rematch is so unnecessary. Alexander Volkanovski should have fought Lerone Murphy or Marzo Evloev. Fighting Diego Lopez coming off of beating a number 11 ranked Gene Silva, overhyped Gene Silva, should not get him a title shot in the main event of Perth. I'm sorry. Was this Perth or Sydney? Sydney, in the main event of Sydney. Okay, Volk should have fought Lerone. Would have been a better main event. Would have been more entertaining. Sorry about all the yelling upstairs. I don't know. I don't know what they're yelling about, but I'm just trying to record my first video back from like a whole month hiatus. You know what I'm saying? Main event was boring. 3 out of 10 main event. I don't care. The most memorable part was Diego Lopez, Volk's butt in his face, okay? I'm being so serious. Literally, Lopez dropped him with an uppercut, a stiff-ass uppercut that Volk got up immediately. Name 4 memorable moments from this fight that's not Volk putting his butt in Diego Lopez's face. Yeah, okay. 50-45. Again, this fight was good. Fight was good. I'm kind of mad that Dan Hooker lost. I'm not even going to talk about the Dan Hooker files. I'm mad that Dan Hooker lost because, we could have got Patty versus Dan Hooker, which we still might get that fight. But this is not looking good for Hooker, bro. 2-fight losing streak. Barely beat Gamrot. Barely beat Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner. Lost to Benoit and lost to Arman Sarukian. Which Arman Sarukian isn't a bad thing, but it's just the Benoit loss. Like, if he loses to Patty, he's done. Like, literally, I'm being so serious. If he loses to Patty, I think he's not recovering. Like, he might have to retire. 14 losses is bad. Mauricio Rufi versus Rafael Fiziev. Oh, I didn't make my predictions for this card. That's right. I picked Volk by decision, 49-46. I picked Hooker by KO in the second round. Left hook up against the fence, just fucking ground and pound him. I picked Hooker. I thought Hooker was better. I'm being so serious. And I was really just going off of the motive of, whatchamacallit, the motive of beating Patty. You know what I'm saying? I picked Mauricio Rufi by 30-27 decision. I didn't think he was going to knock out Rafael Fiziev that easily. But, Rufi's like that. He's the next Benoit St. Denis. I'm freezing. I'm actually really cold. But, Mauricio Rufi, he's like that. He's tough. And then the rest of his card, like, this is crazy. Tatu Ivasa versus Talson Zashera. The fact that Talson Zashera didn't finish 15-8 blob fat Tatu Ivasa off the freaking couch is just crazy. And the fact that Tatu Ivasa isn't cut yet is actually, like, the biggest UFC propaganda ever. He hasn't done a shoey in how long? He hasn't done a shoey since, like, 2022. Fuck. He hasn't done a shoey in so long. He hasn't done a shoey since 2022 February, gang. It's been 4 years since we've seen a shoey. That doesn't count when he's in the crowd. It doesn't count when he's in the crowd looking like a whole frying pan, alright? Doesn't count. Killing Sal kills the next big thing in lightweight. And, yeah. Was I mistaken or was he not a welterweight? I must have been mistaken or something because I swear I thought he was a welterweight. This kid's gonna get ranked by the end of the year. I promise you that. He can really beat some good names up there. He can really beat some some Dan Hookers. I truly believe Quillen Salkio can beat Dan Hooker. And wrestling, the wrestling of Quillen Salkio is pretty good too. But yeah, Junior Tafa. I didn't watch his prelims. I'm being so dead ass. I did not watch his prelims. This was the same day as the Royal Rumble. So I was watching the Royal Rumble while most of these prelims were going on. And Royal Rumble, let's talk a little bit about the Royal Rumble because I didn't make predictions on that either. Gunther retired AJ Styles, and today I'm recording this on Monday, so it hasn't been officially a month since UFC 324, but I'm posting this tomorrow. So Raw AJ Styles tribute is today. Brock Lesnar is coming today. Bronson Reed versus Grande Americano versus someone is a qualifying match for Elimination Chamber. I'll be making my Elimination Chamber prediction soon. Plus the Moreno versus Cavalier, whatever. Horrible main event in my opinion, but either way, Roman Reigns win the Rumble. He's facing CM Punk. Liv Morgan won the Rumble. He's probably going to face Stephanie McHare. What was the third match? Outside of Gunther versus AJ. What was the other match? Sammy versus Drew. Personally thought Sammy should have won that. Drew wins it back at, like, Mania. Something like that. It's unfortunate because we all know Drew's gonna be a transitional champ, and I kind of like that though. Like I love Drew. I wanted Drew to win the belt so bad, but it just makes sense that he drops it at Mania. I'm so sorry. It just makes more sense. But anyways, UFC Apex. I don't think I watched this event. I did not watch this event. Yeah, I just didn't watch this. I just don't remember this card at all. Seriously, I'm being so for real with you. None of this is memorable. No one's gonna go back and say, "How was that Nico Price, Alex Morano?" Like there's some unks on here, but like at the same time, Jilton Almeida lost to whatever this guy's name is and got cut. Jilton Almeida got cut from the UFC. Like what is Paramount doing, bro? Paramount doesn't play around. Like, bro, Jilton Almeida is one of the best. Like I don't care that he lost to this guy, this fucking no-name bum. Okay, he's a steroid cheat. We should really just check him for steroids. Either way, Jilton Almeida, he had a real chance to beat Tom Aspinall, but now he's cut from the UFC. Emil Bazzi lost, and Vinicius Oliveira. Gonna have to edit this video because my mom just told me to take out the dog. But anyways, let's hop right back into it. Vinicius Oliveira lost. Let's hop into UFC Fight Night. Hernandez versus Strickland, which just happened 2 days ago. I'm so shocked that Strickland got a KO. I knew Strickland was gonna win. I think everybody and their mama knew Strickland was gonna beat Hernandez, but Strickland, he's good, and I don't agree with bedtime though. I think we should still keep him in the UFC. I think Nasruddin Imavov should still get the title shot is what I meant. Nasruddin should still get the title shot, in my opinion. Even though Strickland got this win, Strickland needs to beat Adesanya, and then I'm set. If Strickland beats Adesanya before Nasruddin and Hamzat fight, then Strickland versus Hamzat, because that's a more entertaining fight as well. So, respectfully, no one wants to see Nasruddin go through a 5-round 49-46 decision with Hamzat Chimaev. It just doesn't. Strickland maybe will push the pressure, but at the same time, we're just here for the press conference. Jeff Neal got flatlined. Dan Ige got KO'd. First ever person to KO Dan Ige. Spivak had a really dominant win over this guy, whatever, Tom Aspinall's friend. Jacoby Smith gained back his oar, KOing this no-namer. Michael Pereira got a robbery decision over whatever, Zachary Reese. But who cares about Zachary Reese anyway, so you know what I'm saying. Rest of the card, I didn't really watch. I did watch Jordan Levitt, play around with Yadiel. Whatever, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. Next card up is Moreno versus this guy who literally just lost to Charles Johnson. We got Marlon Vera versus David Martinez. Bobby Green versus Dylan Zellhuber. I did not know they made that fight. That fight is fire. Then we got UFC 326, and everyone's complaining about no co-main event. I'll take Borjalio versus RDR as a co-main event. They need to do a all fighting nerds fight night. They need to do all pay-per-view, including Roofy, and you can even put that woman fighting nerd, or you can just put Michael Alexejczyk, because I heard that he's working with the fighting nerds now. Okay, please, we need an all fighting nerds fight night or pay-per-view, but that depends if anybody's gonna get a title shot. And at this point, Carlos Prates is probably the closest to a title shot. I heard some rumors about Carlos Prates versus Conor McGregor. Stop it. Just stop it at this point. But, yeah, I guess that's going to be it for me. I'm going to have to edit this video. But, I hate editing. I'm going to try to get back into this. Today is Monday. Tomorrow will probably be my Elimination Chamber predictions because today's Monday Night Raw. There's definitely going to be maybe like one more announcement. Hopefully Dragon Lee versus, Gunther at Elimination Chamber. That would be cool. If they do Dragon Lee versus Gunther at WrestleMania, I'm gonna crash out because it should really be Rey Mysterio versus Gunther at Mania. It's time for Rey to hang up the boots because he's been injured on and off for the last 3 years. He needs to pack it up respectfully. And then, what is it? Yeah, I guess we'll do the Moreno Mexico Fight Night predictions. Yeah, and then maybe we'll do predicting every main event that's been announced so far. I'm not trying to think of video ideas right now. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Are you trying? Yes, I am trying. Okay, look at this. 141 views, 0.3 watch time, 83 subscribers. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. You know what I'm saying? This is actually horrible. Because 28 days ago, I made a video. Yeah. I didn't even make the Super Bowl. I didn't make the Super Bowl predictions or a Super Bowl recap. I picked the Seahawks. I know I said I picked the Patriots. I swear on everything that I love, on God. I'm not going to put on God because I'm Christian. But on my life, I picked Seahawks. Because I bet my friends like $20. Like, I got like $60 out the Super Bowl. Because I bet my friends. Seahawks were gonna win. Because I just realized Seahawks defense is better. Like, I was gonna pick Pats, but then I thought about it, it's like, nah, it's just the lights are gonna be too big. Lights gonna be too big, and the fact that they struggled against Jared Stidham it's just fucking me. It's just fucking me over. Pause. Anyways, and yeah, look, I'm not lying. See, look at this blizzard. Oh my god, it's like 5 feet of snow. Anyways, I sound unk. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.